We can just go.
All right.
What's up?
Hey, everybody.
Hey. How's it going?
It's going good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling, a scale of 1 to 8. I'd say I'm about a 6, 7.
I've never heard someone say scale 1 to 8. Usually they just go to 10.
No.
You're gonna just
abbreviate
that a little bit.
I truncated the ass end of that.
What if someone's like, I'm feeling like a 9 out of 8 right now?
That'd be weird. That would be weird. So this is the Thunderbutts podcast. As you know, every season we do a different topic. This season we are doing canceled television shows.
Mm-hmm.
And today we are discussing the television show Limitless.
Limitless.
Yes.
Based off the movie Limitless.
Based off of
with
a book, I believe.
Was it based off of a book too?
I think the movie was based off something.
Well, I could believe
Not
it.
named Limitless.
Probably.
Anyway, we should know. We're getting a great start.
Probably a book that was put out by some pharmaceutical company executive.
There is source material. Anyway, Limitless TV show starring Jake McDorman, the great Jennifer Carpenter, among others like Ron Rifkin and Michael James Shaw.
Jennifer Carpenter, shout out Dexter fans.
Hell yeah. It was developed, written, and story by Craig Sweeney, among many others. Yeah, so the show, Limitless, based off of the movie starring Bradley Cooper, who does, He
is a reoccurring character.
He's attached to it a little bit,
yeah.
He kind of pops in and out.
Yeah, you got, this show ran for uno season.
Yep.
Big
22
one
eps.
season, one and done, 22 eps.
22 episodes.
The episode runtime is right about 40-ish minutes.
Yep.
More or less. It debuted on network TV. I want to say
it's very obvious.
CBS.
Oh, I don't even know. Probably.
One of the networks, one of the main 3-letter networks. It
as
was
they
on.
all are. 3 letters.
And essentially, the show, if you're not familiar with the movie came out a couple years prior.
Yes.
And the movie was, Bradley Cooper is this starving...
NBC, I think, just to
NBC,
clarify.
yeah.
It's on Paramount.
Bradley Cooper is this, starving, unsuccessful life all not together.
Yeah, he's...
New York
He's not
writer.
super successful. Yeah, he's a writer. That's right.
Yeah, he's
he's
a writer.
Struggling to finish his book.
He's a writer
This is the movie we're discussing.
keeps talking about his book and then never finish it. And
One
then
of those fucking
then a
guys.
chance run in, he runs into a acquaintance friend that hooks him up with this, drug that essentially unleashes the entirety of your brain power.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So the show is based off of that whole foundation. It follows around.
There's a drug that makes you utilize 100% of your brain.
100% of your
2%.
brain. Yeah.
And you become the super successful, super fucking genius thing. And there's this deep shrouded history of where the fuck this drug comes from, but also when you're off the drug you crash hard and your life
hard.
is in shambles.
You die.
Yeah, he keeps finding dead people, but murdered people everywhere he goes to try to get more. His whole thing, the movie is all about that, right?
Yeah.
And the show it's pretty similar. It starts off pretty similarly. It's an aging musician who's still kind of waiting for his big break.
They have him as a 28-year-old in the show.
Sure.
Which is hilarious because, he's a handsome devil, but he looks 35.
Yeah.
He is very clearly not in his late 20s.
I didn't even catch that. He was supposed to be late 20s.
Yeah, he's supposed to be late 20s. They kind of say, in the first episode, I believe they say his age. They're you're almost 30, you're 20, and he's I'm 28 or something. And you're just
almost 30.
You're man, you look 35, you
Yeah.
know, but they
do that.
A side note, the reason, this actor, him and Bradley Cooper were on American Sniper together.
Oh, okay,
and that's
cool.
where he kind of pulled this actor.
Oh,
from
I
to
did
be in
see
the
that.
Show. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that because immediately I was like, where was this dude from?
Yeah.
But yeah, sort of the same principle, right? He discovers this drug in a very similar way.
Yeah.
That's in the movie.
Aging musician, waiting for his break. He runs into a friend, actually, like, from the band, and he's, like, fucking CFO status, like, like, yo, dude, like, you turned your shit around. And he was like, try this.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of thing. And
try this clear pill.
Yeah, it's like a clear little pill. He takes it. His life is fucking insanely better. And then he goes to his homeboy to, score some more. And he's dead. Murdered.
Yep.
But yeah, so he takes this pill.
Which should be a warning flag for some people.
Well, okay, so here's my thing. First off, I'm pretty sure after the movie came out, like, a lot of science nerds had to come out and be like, okay, when we say you only use 2% of your brain, we don't mean there's 98% of your brain just unutilized.
Well, that's that.
It's one of those, like, fucking...
That's that old sort
adage.
of wives' tale of, like, we only use 10% of our brains, but that's not true.
I mean, it's
that's just
it's
not.
kind of like dog years, right? Like when they say like one human year is like 7 years for a dog. Like that doesn't mean that they age 7 fucking years. It just means they live shorter and they experience time differently than us, right? Like it doesn't mean they actually experience 7 years, right? It's just one of those things that people say that kind of caught on. So it's like it's not like we're walking around not utilizing 98 or 90% of our fucking brains. It just means like most of the time, like you're only, like using about 2% of your brain power at a time. It doesn't mean like there's like fucking a big piece of the pie that you haven't accessed yet, but this pill will access it for you.
It's just this off switch.
But this pill essentially, he can like remember everything he's ever seen.
Yeah.
So like if he like walked by the TV while a documentary was playing, he's like, oh wow. Fucking Bermuda Triangle, you know what I mean? Like, so
you have like access to. You essentially get a photographic memory when you get it, and then you also have like the focus of like Adderall, and then the energy of like cocaine.
Yeah,
and they say that like one pill lasts like a
12
day.
hours.
Yeah, 12 hours. It lasts a day, but the thing is, you come down super hard. But in the show, they have a remedy where it's like you take the pill and then they give you like a shot, or they give them like that medication that like offsets it, or offsets like the hangover.
Bradley Cooper's character comes back and was like, "I developed this shot. You just got to take it every now and then, and like you get no side effects."
Yeah.
So that's okay. So yeah, that's the plot. Is like the fucking police burst in when he's like over his buddy's dead body. They think he fucking killed him. Bradley Cooper scoops him up and he's like, bro, here's a shot. You won't have any side effects. Bam. And like when he like, now go solve the murder. He solved the murder and the FBI's like, yo,
you should work for us now.
Well, yeah, they're like, why are you immune to the side effects? Like we have to study you. And like he leverages that into like work in the FBI.
Yeah. Well, Bradley Cooper's like, you're not allowed to tell anybody about this.
Yeah, this is
shot.
top secret. So here's the thing, though. The movie ended with Bradley Cooper like elevating past the need for the drug. Like he figured out a way to like no longer need the drug anymore.
Yeah.
Like that's how the movie ended. And I thought I made that up because like the show just like negated all that.
Mm-hmm.
Unless like this is tying into like the end of the movie sort of thing.
Yeah.
But like I did look it up and I'm like, that is how that fucking movie ended. It was like he drank dude's blood and then like he found a way to not need this shit anymore. So they either negated that or like, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch all 22 episodes. Or they were trying to like be like, this takes place right before the end of that movie or something like that.
No, it takes place a few years after.
Okay, so then they just retconned that from the movie.
Because the movie, like he's running for, or at the end of the movie, I think he's like running for office of some kind.
Yeah, he's running to be like a senator, and in the show he is a senator.
He's a senator, and there's like grooming. He like wants to be president.
Yeah,
like that's the whole thing. Like I'm gonna get to the top of the food chain here and run the world. And this is what this drug can. You can go from starving broke ass writer to
I remember
presidential
being in my mom's
hopeful.
belly. Yep.
Yeah, that's like one of the famous lines, like I remember like being in the womb type deal, which apparently that one actor says he can remember.
Who?
He was black actor. He's in the Marvels too. He's like one of the like the Iron Man guy.
You talking about Anthony Mackie?
Not Anthony Mackie. Gosh, his name's on the tip of my
Don Cheadle?
No, not Don Cheadle. But anyway, super good actor, but he also has stated like a number of times that he can remember being in the womb.
So here's the thing.
In reality, like he believes it.
Are you talking about fucking Terrence Howard?
Yeah, Terrence Howard.
Okay, all right. Well,
who's a great actor.
All right, let's gloss over that. 'Cause,
I do not believe he can remember being in the womb.
He's got a lot of things to say. Cause let me tell you. But yeah.
I don't remember being in the womb.
No, well, I have a whole different situation. My memory is fucked, but this whole thing, like, okay, once you get past like the setup of the show, now it is very similar to so many other shows, where you essentially have like a modern Sherlock situation. This guy has instant recall, photographic memory. He knows all this crazy shit. He could like look at a fucking photograph and go, "Huh, the mayor of New York did that." You know, like, and it's like that's the whole show. He can just easily and like he's like he's running from the cops, and like there's like a busy highway and he sees all the cars and he goes and like calculates and like runs in a straight line and doesn't get hit by anything. Which is like this is not a thing that only exists in this show. Like, I mean, there's a current show out right now that's very similar, and it's just like a very smart person. Psych did it. Yeah. I mean, Sherlock.
Sure.
So,
well, this show probably where the problems, you know, if we want to start talking like issues with the show, like it just starts going in these cockamamie directions. Yeah. You know, where it's an entertaining procedural, you know, that's what it is. But you're also like, you sort of get lost, like, you know, 22 it did not need to be 22 episodes. It probably could have done a lot, you know, instead of going quantity over quality, which it did get like mediocre. It got like above average reviews, like at the end of the day. Like it wasn't it's not an awful show to watch.
Sure, yeah. It was entertaining.
By any means. But like it did not need to be 22 episodes. You could have done more like actual character arc. Yeah. Just narrative building, kind of world building, because you are still kind of confused on like what, you know, there's a couple episodes in, like the CIA is after him now. And it's just like, why is the CIA messing around with him now? Yeah. You know, like, so now like intelligence agencies are pitted against each other and stuff. So it just gets, it starts going off the rails like pretty quick, where you're like, wait a minute, what is this show? Is the point of this show like dude on drugs solves crimes? Or is the point of the show like dude trying to find himself while also being on drugs? Or are drugs just awesome? Is that the point of the show?
I think all three of those things is the point of the show. I mean, yeah. It just turned into like, you know, Genius Detective, like in the middle, and then like the stories just kept getting wonky, you know. Also, for the fact they've never been able to prove that a photographic memory exists. They've never been able to prove that. Anybody who has ever claimed they have, like, did not pass the fucking scientific test to back it up. But this is a trope that you see in daytime television all the fucking time.
Where you just it's
an easy trope.
It's a quick way to be like, this person is incredibly smart.
Yeah, it's super easy to be like, oh, yesterday I noticed that you fucking wiped your collar with your left arm instead of your right arm, which implies that you hit your fucking door on the way out of your apartment. You know, like it's very
well. It's that like Jack Reacher. You know, I don't know if you watched Reacher at all, but like his character is like insanely
it's like some
detailed.
Jason Bourne
shit. He's like insanely detail oriented, and they kind of like, he does stuff like that. He's like, you know, I noticed you took a sip out of your coffee mug, but your two fingers weren't fully clasping the handle, which means you probably have a slightly elevated heart rate. Are you stressed out right now? Is it because you might be a murderer? You know,
right.
You know?
And that's the thing. Like,
you killed your friend.
Like a failed musician who didn't really do anything with his life. You know what I mean? Like, all of a sudden has like perfect recall and stuff. It's like, well, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
have you ever met anybody who's claimed to have a photographic memory?
No, because like it doesn't exist in nature.
I've met one person.
I don't think that they've ever been able to prove it. I could be wrong. The internet, comment below if I'm wrong. But like I've seen this trope so much, and like I look it up every now and then. Like they haven't been able to prove that, right? Yeah, they haven't. Like it's just not a thing.
I met one person a long time ago, said she had a photographic memory. It's kind of believable because she was like insanely smart.
Sure.
But I just think she just read a lot. Like she read a lot more than like us 20-year-olds at the time. And it just seemed like, okay, you just like go home and read a ton.
Well, and I think
we all aren't spending, like, we're not reading Wikipedia. She was Wikipedia before Wikipedia.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like, I think like the like Hollywood definition of photographic memory is what we all think. So like maybe if photographic memory exists, it's not like where it's like, oh, I can just remember everything as if I was there still.
Yeah, I think there are
like that doesn't exist.
Yeah, there's obviously like
there's great different memories and there's different types.
Well, and then there's just like the people who just have very, very good recall. You know?
I mean,
like they can read a book. You know, I've come across some people in my life who are like a book a week type people.
Yeah.
And they've done that for like years and years and years.
Sure.
And then they also have like good recall where they can be like, oh, yeah, I read that book 7 years ago. It was one of 20 books that I read that year. You know, and they still have like really good recall. Yeah, I know. So
but
I
like,
mean,
like the thing with like Sherlock is like Sherlock didn't have like I don't believe he didn't have like a photographic memory. He just had great deduction skills, right? Like, have you ever seen the show Psych?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so like if you don't know, the premise of that show, which I think is a great premise, is like that his dad was like this amazing detective, and he raised him to be like this amazing detective to the point where like they'd be at a diner, like I think it was one of the opening scenes, like he's a little kid at a diner, and he was like, "You want some ice cream?" And he's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "All right, close your eyes, tell me how many hats are in the room," and he'd be like, "There's 7 hats," like, "All right, name them all." And be like, "There's a yellow one over there, the old lady over there, that guy just took his off, so that makes 6," you know, like all this. And like, so he's just like amazing at like deducing things, like, oh yeah, that fucking guy's wife is gonna have a baby just based on like, you know, Sherlock things that he noticed, right? And the way that show opens up is like he solves this crime, and like it was like a nefarious way that he solved it or something, and the only way he could explain it to the cops is he just told them that he was a psychic. And so they hire him on as I know you've seen the show, and they hire him on as a consultant to the cops, but he has to keep this ruse up that he's like a psychic, when in reality he's just like an amazing detective.
He's just very observant.
He's super observant and has great like you know, he's great at deducing things, which is the exact same, like that's exactly what's going on with Sherlock. I mean,
I like in this day and age, if you're just very, very situationally aware and really observant, you could pass off as being psychic.
Well, and that is the thing about Sherlock, is like even at like the modern like Benedict Cumberbatch show, like Watson is like making fun of him because he didn't realize that like the sun was the center of the solar system and stuff. It's like, well, he's like, I mean, I could tell you how much an average pig weighs after it gets slaughtered, you know, because that's important to deducing who killed who, you know what I mean? But like he doesn't, and so it's not like he's this fucking genius that knows everything about everything and has perfect recall. He's just really good at figuring stuff out that's important to him. Which, like, this pill just turns you into, like, the ultimate genius no matter how big of a bag of shit you are.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Some would say that's called Adderall these days.
Well, people like to think that that's what Adderall does.
Yeah.
The Nootropic. I remember the Nootropic phase when a few years ago.
It's still going on.
It still is
sure.
going on.
There's, like, over-the-counter nootropics now, too.
Yeah,
or
the nootropic shit.
Neurotropic?
I always pronounced it nootropic, but like, you know, on the show they were like nootropic.
Whatever. Brain pills.
Nootropic. Yeah, brain pills, you know. They were a pretty big craze a few years ago. I mean, they're still going on, like, now that they're, like, in the supplement stores and shit like that.
Yeah, they're in the supplement industry. They're very expensive.
Yeah,
but
so
if you look at
big.
the ingredients of them, they just jack you up with a bunch of, like, B-complex vitamins. Well, no, I mean the over-the-counter stuff is it's just like a cocktail of vitamins and stuff that at like really high percentages.
Yeah,
you know, which will definitely like it'll perk you up for sure. And like obviously this stuff is good for enhancing focus,
pleasure,
and mood. Yeah. So I mean, I think if you're eating like a complete bag of shit, you know, and you're like not getting enough sleep, and then you like retool your life for like 2 weeks. You start sleeping better, exercising a little bit, eating better, and taking these things. You're going to be like, holy shit, I'm like a superhuman right now.
Sure. I mean, yeah. That's how that works.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Adderall is kind of awesome, but like
I've only had.
It's not like a fucking wow, I can see everything. Like it's not like that. Like
I've only had one experience with Adderall once upon a time ago.
Oh yeah.
And
I used to crank down on the Orange Dragon, dude. Not no more, but
yeah, I don't know how much. I took a friend's because it was in college.
Okay.
Avi.
Oh yeah, we're hearing about how you experimented. Let's do it.
Avi.
Sure.
One pill.
Okay.
And I would say I had
what color was it?
It was the pills that had like the little beads in it.
Oh, okay.
So I think that was a time release one.
It's like a 10 or 15 mg. Yep.
Yeah, I think it might have been 30 or maybe 60.
No, the biggest one.
I don't know.
I'm really coming off as a fucking scumbag right now. It was probably 10 or 15 miggies, but
okay. What's a miggy?
A milligram.
Milligram? Okay. Yeah, it was a pill. Took it.
Sure.
I mean, it kept me up. I had a big long like research paper due, cranked the whole thing out.
Hell yeah.
Got a decent grade on it.
That'll do it.
But I mean, I didn't feel I would say the only thing that it did was it kept me awake for me to write it.
Yeah, it's essentially like a stimulant. It's like I don't know how many molecules. When I was younger, I heard one, but like it's very close, like from a molecular level to meth.
Methamphetamine.
It's essentially meth. It's safe meth.
I mean, that's what that's kind of the thing they call like Adderall, pharmaceutical methamphetamine.
Yeah.
I mean, it is and it isn't. But it's no different than like, the pills that were handed out. I mean, we're talking decades and decades and decades ago, like even during World War II. The German.
Oh yeah, it's always been meth.
I mean, they were on.
It's meth.
They were on these pills, and they called it Pervitin, and it was just like meth.
It was just meth. Yeah,
and they'd give them the
I
pills.
Mean, that's why you like hear about like meth heads and shit when they're like tweaking. They'll just like take apart like they just take apart the fucking fire alarm or I was taking apart the back of my fridge, dude. Because that's just like what you fucking do.
Well,
when
you
you're
can't like
jacked
sit
up.
still.
Yeah. So when I was in high school, I experimented with it a bit. I like to use it as a study aid, and it was just fun, right? I fucking cranked down on some oranges a bit. If you know, you know.
Was there a crash? Like an NZT crash afterwards?
No, I mean
not like that. Your friends.
It just depends. Like if you like did it a few days in a row, I wasn't like strung out on this shit. I would just like pop one every now and then and just like have some fun, like organize my fucking room do some homework.
You always knew,
but,
like in those, we're talking early aughts, or mid aughts. There was always one person in the friend group that had a prescription for this.
Oh yeah, it was around.
Maybe two.
It probably still is. I mean, because when I was growing up, fucking ADD was a very overdiagnosed
Ritalin
thing.
was the thing that
Ritalin
was
like everybody, every kid I knew like got diagnosed with ADD and shit. And like the old like fucking wives' tale we used to tell each other was like, if you have ADD and you take Adderall, it's just gonna make you normal. But if you don't have it, it's fucking sick.
Yeah.
So like, and so yeah, I mean it was just like around and shit, a couple bucks a pop. But it's not like I got strung out or anything like that. But there were like, I've had a few friends who were like taking it all week and then they'd like freak out on you and shit on like the come down and stuff like that.
There was this dude in my VA like support group. He was a super awesome guy.
Meth head?
No.
Oh.
He was a Green Beret,
Sick.
Special Forces guy.
Cool.
Super sick dude.
Nice.
Got out and then joined the DEA.
Oh.
And then he did undercover work.
And started doing drugs?
No. So like, but he, he was a white guy and he, with a big long beard and he would jokingly
do drugs.
He jokingly was just like, well, I'm a white guy with a big long beard and tattoos. Who am I going to go undercover with? Meth heads.
Fuck yeah.
He said the hardest part was like, he obviously couldn't do drugs, right? But he was just mainlining coffee and stuff like that. And he's just like, dude, I got more sleep in Iraq than I did undercover.
Well,
he's like, meth rules if you're,
Doing it?
Doing it.
Well, speaking of drugs, I think we need to take a quick break.
Let's take a quick little breather.
And when we get back, more Limitless.
We're gonna be just firing on all pistons.
Hell yeah! Don't think anything's weird when we come back with a lot of alacrity. All right, don't do drugs. Peace.
Welcome back. Here we are, episode 6.
Yep.
Canceled. We're talking about the 2015 to 2016 show Limitless.
Yep.
Based off of, or spinoff from the movie, and potential spinoff from a book that we think may have been floating out there as well. Not sure though. No idea.
I believe it is. Anyway.
So, how many episodes did you get through of this? I got through the whole season again. I was able to burn through it.
I gave it 5.
You gave it 5?
Not because I gave up. I just did other things.
I mean, they're longer episodes. I honestly, when I had this idea to do this, I thought, I was inspired to do it because I was just like, you know what? It seems like everyone and their mother's on some upper drug these days, and this might seem mildly relevant, but I was completely unaware that it ran for that many episodes, like going over the 20 episode mark type deal. I mean, even I enjoyed the show when I saw it, when it came out. I was like, oh, this is a pretty cool show. But when I was doing a rewatch after 15, I was like, all right, what are we doing?
Yeah. You're in for the long haul for sure. Yeah. I feel like after 5, I kind of got like what was going on. After like 2 or 3, I was like, yeah, I know what this show is. After 5, it was kind of like, like this is this is for fans of the show. I could definitely see people really enjoying this show.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
and
lighthearted.
For the record, it is based off of a book called The Dark Fields by Alan Glenn. It was re-released under the title Limitless to coincide with the movie.
When was the book originally written?
2000. It was re-released in 2011 under the name Limitless. The Dark Fields, the original title, was released in 2001.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay, so really, definitely before, probably all those drugs were kind of a thing. I mean,
nootropics have always been there. Just kind of, and also it said the Wikipedia in which I skimmed said it was loosely based. But to rename the whole book after the movie, I don't know, maybe it wasn't that loose.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, people have always been doing meth, dog.
Meth apparently rules.
This is pretty much, fantasizing like, what if meth wasn't that bad?
I mean, yeah, it's kind of like meth. I don't know, cosplaying as a meth addict, but you don't get all the no teeth side effects of a meth.
Sure.
I mean, like the main character Brian in the show, he's this, pretty handsome, seemingly innocuous, just regular, trying to make it New York kind of guy.
Yeah,
right? He makes drug addiction look charming.
Sure, yeah, that's what I mean. It's being romanticized. I mean, the meth mouth thing is, it does fuck your teeth up, but also when you're dealing with addiction and actively addicted to something, you're not taking care of yourself.
Yeah, I'm sure brushing your teeth isn't top
no,
on
you're
the
too
priority
busy
list.
taking apart the microwave.
Yeah,
so
you're too busy.
Well, you're too busy being high and working on getting high. It's a vicious cycle.
Well, it's like a quest too.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, there was this a friend, friend of mine, his younger sister, dealt with, I think it was meth.
Sure.
Yeah, because you and I are both from the central Illinois area originally, and there's some meth out there. Yeah. In the farm fields and stuff.
Sticks, yeah.
To make things just a little more exciting. Yeah. But a friend of mine's sister, unfortunately, I guess, happy ending to the story, she cleaned herself up, but
nice.
But he said that in the throes of her addiction, he was trying to when they were trying to get her to go into recovery and all this stuff, they were just he was trying to spin it in sort of a more comical way. if you actually put your mind to something, productive and non-drug oriented, you'll be successful. Just think of all the successful quests you went on and like successfully managed to get meth with $0 in your pocket.
Oh yeah.
Type deal.
I mean, yeah, that's like an old tweet too. It's like, crackheads wake up with no money. Do they say, "Oh no, I can't smoke crack today"? No, they find a way.
They find a way.
Not to make too much fun of addicts because, it is a disease. And anybody out there struggling, I hope you're taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, this show, honestly, it just became like a fun detective type, Sherlock type thing. And, we got to see Dexter's sister in it, which is awesome.
She's really good.
Yeah, I mean, she's great.
She plays.
And she was a cop again.
Yeah, she plays.
A detective again.
She plays law enforcement, like, dark past female law enforcement. Like that seems to be her niche.
Yeah, it sure is. I'd let her arrest me, but
there's definitely some will they won't they between her and
do they get into
Brian.
that a little bit?
I mean, there's will they won't
well,
they.
and the whole thing is like, I need to figure out what happened to my dad. His eyes glared the same way yours did.
Yeah. My dad needs a liver transplant. I'll work for you.
Oh no, her dad or whatever. Wasn't it her dad? Yeah. His dad was like sick as fuck, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I fucking figured it out overnight." Yeah, I mean it's cool. It was a cool so here's my thing. I think it was a cool concept for a book. It was a cool concept for a movie, and when they tried to like extrapolate that into a television series that would hopefully last for years, I think it kind of fell a little short.
I think they were probably gauging to see how well the series did if they were going to do another movie.
Oh.
That's my guess.
I'm surprised Bradley Cooper was part of the series, to be honest. But I think that was part of the draws. Like we got to throw him in a few scenes. He's in the trailer.
They probably tossed him a whole bunch of money for half a day's of work.
Oh yeah, I mean they put him in the bumper. He's a big pull of the show.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, I think I personally think there's just better fucking genius detective shows out there. Like the fucking the one right now starring Caitlin Olsen. It's a great show,
What's that one?
What the fuck is it called? With Caitlin Olsen?
Coming in hot with a show wreck without the name of the show.
You know the fucking show. It's on all the buses.
You know that awesome show? You should watch it.
What are you doing? Just staring at me and letting dead air fucking fill the room? Like you couldn't just fucking pontificate for a second while I thought? God damn.
I mean, I will say this. To your point, though, I mean, you are right. Like there are certainly better, solve...
High potential.
High potential, yeah. That's a great show. Yeah,
I almost said The Mick, which is the name of a different show, and I knew that.
That's kind of sort of falls in the same basket, except she's not taking drugs.
Well, she's not taking drugs, and she doesn't have a photographic memory. She's just insanely smart. Like she has a high potential, and she just ended up being a fucking maid, right?
Yeah.
Like poverty type shit,
Well, it's because she kept on having kids.
Yeah, she's a victim of circumstance, but she's a very bright.
She's
person.
a victim of keeping them legs open for business.
You always just have a shit take.
Her legs were open for business, and that's why she couldn't reach her potential.
So you're saying people with kids can't have good careers?
Not at all. Not at all.
They can't. Not at all. Can't have.
No,
good careers.
she can definitely have a career with kids. She's the one that chose to work as was she the cleaning lady in the police precinct or whatever.
I think
and
so.
then she just Goodwill Hunting a couple a murder, and they were like, "Ooh, you're going to be a consultant."
Exactly. Yes.
How many police consultants are actually out there? I feel like that's not a thing at all.
It's funny. I was reading the Wikipedia, or the Wikipedia, which led me to the Miami Times article. Remember that movie Pain and Gain?
Yeah,
yeah.
Based on an actual story,
those pieces
which is
of
effed
shit.
up.
The Sun Gym Gang. The Sun Gym Gang.
Sun Gym Gang. Yeah.
There's a whole 3-part piece in the Miami Times that this guy did on that gang, and that's what. That's how they got the rights to make a movie. They optioned that for the movie, and I just fucking hunkered down and read all that shit. But the whole thing kind of leans on this consultant, this this detective consultant guy who like believed his story and all that. Like, like that's how they took down those guys. Because of a consultant.
Well,
I don't
plus
know if
they
he was
were
an ex-cop
also
or not,
plus they were also complete fucking idiots too.
Yeah, they were complete fucking idiots. But he was like a security guy, not like a guard, but like he like ran security for like the NFL.
Yeah.
But like he was also like a police consultant, and like that's how so police consultants exist, but also that's the whole Sherlock thing. Like that's who Sherlock was. He was a consultant to the police. He wasn't a detective.
He wasn't a constable.
Well, yeah, because he didn't want to be fucking tied to all that shit. Because he wanted to like take apart fucking brains in his apartment and shit.
Yeah,
like,
do weird stuff.
Yeah, he wanted to do weird stuff.
Holmes was his like buddy consultant, who was an actual doctor though.
Yeah.
That's why he liked...
now that I think about it, in the modern Sherlock Holmes, they do like a fucking eidetic photographic memory thing on Sherlock.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he has like a mind palace. He's like,
yeah. Well,
they
always
traveled through his...
Yeah.
But like that's a memorization technique. Like they do dramatize it a bit, like Hollywood up it, like they zhuzh it up a bit. But like a mind palace thing is like a technique. I don't know if it's been
in the
verified.
movies they had that like fast forward, like he could sort of see like he'd be able to play out his like moves and speech or his actions like a minute ahead, kind of thing.
They've done that with like Da Vinci, like when they portrayed Da Vinci, like they've done that sort of.
I mean, I'm sure there's some truth to that. Like some people's brains are just wired in such a way.
You just see 10 steps ahead.
Yeah, they're able to kind of, I mean, it's predictive analysis, right? I mean, they're a whole...
Deducing. He's deducing.
Yeah, there's whole corporate positions that are dedicated to that stuff. I mean, like somebody who's like an actuary, for example, is trying to essentially forecast that type of stuff from a financial foundation.
Good thing all actuaries suck.
I mean, they are the weather forecasters for like the finance and insurance world.
Sure, and we all know that weather forecasters are not correct.
You don't even need a meteorology degree to be a weather forecaster.
I took a meteorology class one time, and like the whole...
They just have you fucking stand outside and look up.
No, it was like an intro. It was like an intro to media. Like it was like a world science like prereq sort of thing, and like the professor was a brilliant man, but like he was like, this whole class, like the whole premise of this class is that like you guys are going to understand why the weatherman is wrong, and it's because we can't really ever figure shit out.
Because he was a history major.
Well, it's like, because if you dig down to the science, there's a lot of like will they, won't they situations in the daily weather, right? Which I guess you could say the same thing for like financial, like actuary shit.
I knew in my media days, I knew a reporter friend of mine who eventually became like the primary. She doesn't work there anymore, but she worked for AccuWeather for a period.
That's a big one.
She was that like reporter who was standing.
That's big weather.
Yeah, who was
big
like
weather.
standing in the rainstorm, like it's really windy out here. Like, yeah, she got to do that, and her background had zero to do with like weather, science, atmosphere. Zero.
Well, I mean, reading the news, you don't really need to.
Well, I mean, they would have her doing like predictive weather models, like, this is our 15-day outlook, and I'd just be like, oh yeah, we used to work, in defense reporting together.
Right.
But anyway, NZT, what a drug.
Yeah, that's the name of the drug in the show.
They never actually explained the acronym for that, which I found to be like...
Yeah, they might have in the movie. They probably did in the book, but yeah, it was like NZT. Like it was like there's like a number.
There's
in
a
the movie.
number like 99 or some stuff.
But that was my whole thing. I liked how it ended with dude like not needing the drug anymore, and they just fucking retcon the shit out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of retcons, do you want to do the thumb thing?
Yeah, we should give this a review. And the review is a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Should you watch it?
Is it worth watching?
Is it worth watching now?
Now.
Should we do a 3 count?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1 or 1, 2, 3?
You do it this time, whichever.
We'll do 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Oh, the butts are in agreement.
I don't think that was a surprise to anybody. Listen.
I don't know. We weren't saying that the show was bad. It's not a bad show.
It's not a bad show. And here's the thing. Like, if you're into that fucking detective shit, like, you would eat this up. You would definitely eat this up. Like, so fucking watch it. Like, it's just nothing but fucking brain food. If you're like, I need a new show, there's 22 episodes, it's 45 minutes.
You haven't watched the movie?
You have, well, I mean, even if you did watch the movie, because, like, there's tie-ins to the movie, like, and you fucking like Sherlock, you like High Potential, you like Psych, you like shit like that, like, sure, watch it. It ends abruptly.
Yeah, it does.
On a cliffhanger.
It ends like they thought there was going to be another season.
Yeah, so
it ends like they were like fully, like, we definitely are getting renewed.
So that kind of sucks, but yeah, I mean, you would definitely be into this show if you're into that. If you're into that type of shit, and to be honest, like, I would totally watch a show like that if it came out. If, like, the premise of it was strong, like, I thought Psych had a very strong premise and very funny characters. This kind of just didn't feel like it knew what it wanted to be.
No, it was all over the place.
It's all over the place, and it was also fucking, just kind of filled with, like, almost like the Marvel shit where it's like, well, we're still, like, making quips about serious situations and, stuff like that. So, like, it's fuzzy on the genres as well. I do like all the acting in it, for sure.
The acting's good.
Yeah.
I mean, you have good actors in it.
Yeah.
Period. They're all good.
Period.
And they're all in big shows and movies.
Yeah. Got some big names.
I would say
the
main points of why this is a thumbs down for Neilio here is, one, too many episodes.
Sure.
Too many episodes.
Crank that down. Yeah.
Could have cut it in half.
Dial it back a bit.
Could have cut it in half. You get the gist of the show,
Yeah.
pretty quick, and you don't need that many episodes. Two, I thought the episode length was a little long. Didn't need to be that long.
46 minutes. Like,
I think
what
it
are
could have
you
been
doing,
30
dog?
minutes, and
Come on,
it would have been
man.
fine. I get that.
It's CBS. It's not NBC. It's CBS, by the way.
I think if you're gonna have that many episodes, it should not be like a 40, 45 minute runtime. Like, I think if the show was 10 to 12 eps, then have that runtime. But if you're going over 15, 20 episodes.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, the network that the show, like, is like on, I think plays a factor in that for sure. Like, 22 episode season, 45-minute episodes on HBO, sign me the fuck up, right?
Yeah.
But, like, CBS, it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Showtime, hell yeah, an hour 15, I'll watch fucking 22 episodes. I feel like,
I mean, this show clearly had a bunch of money.
sure.
It had network money.
Yeah, I
sure.
mean, there was cool effects and things like that. Nothing looked like cheesy.
No.
Really.
I mean,
for
just
being a 10-year-old show, it's not like it was cheesed off.
No, I mean, just when they're shooting regular scenes, like on the street.
regular Sheens.
Regular
Not
Sheens.
Charlie's.
Not
or
Charlie's.
Martin's.
Who loves drugs.
Emilio.
Not anymore, though, apparently.
No, he doesn't. They got that new doc.
Yeah, he's
You
clean
seen it?
now.
No, it's a good doc. You
Yeah,
should
it
watch
is good. I've
You
watched
seen
it. Yeah, it's really good.
Hell yeah.
Hey, shout out Charlie Sheen.
Shout out Charlie
Way
Sheen.
to stay sober.
Dude,
for
I saw
8
Charlie
years.
Sheen, not to cut your shit off, but I saw Charlie Sheen perform at the Gathering of the Juggalos in the middle of that whole winning Tiger Blood thing.
Whoa.
It was an experience, man. It was an experience.
Like, he performed.
It's a lot to unpack with what I just said, but
Juggalos.
he hosted a night like the big night of the Gathering of the Juggalos. And I was there in attendance. It was a great fucking night, dude. Lil Jon was there, Ice Cube,
Drinking some Fago, some Fago.
Yeah, sipping on that
Faygo,
Faygo.
yeah.
Fucking Busta Rhymes.
You know who else was sipping on Faygo? Total tangent of Faygo. Remember, we did the episode for Freaks and Geeks,
Yeah.
and they were drinking Faygo in like one of the
Where did that
scenes.
take place again?
I think it's West Coast.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it might be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I know Faygo's it's a Detroit company, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a Midwestern like, I grew up drinking Faygo before I knew what fucking ICP was.
I had a couple of Faygos when I was a kid, but I had to sneak them. Mommy and Poppy Neal did not want me to have sody pop.
Oh, I was gonna say Faygo. Like,
Yeah.
No, yeah, I had Faygo. I had the Knee or Knee High, however you want to do all that.
Oh, yeah.
Dollar Tree used to have 3 liters.
Yeah, they had that stuff.
for
Yeah.
$1, bitch. That shit was fire. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, saw Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen. At the Gathering of the Juggalos, I was there. It was
I wonder
tight.
if Charlie
It was
Sheen would break
fucking
his sobriety if you were
sick.
like, here's some NZT.
I don't know. Probably not, because like, you know.
He didn't need it.
Yeah, he doesn't need it, but also like, you know.
Would you take an NZT pill?
Well, okay, how fucking serious are the side effects? Because it seems to vary.
The side effects seem so like.
Would I know? Okay. This hypothetical. Will I know what it does, and will I know about the withdrawal?
You know what it does, and you know that you're gonna be just feel like complete shit for 3 days afterwards.
Oh, I'm cool. 3?
I think it's like 3. You feel like pretty rough.
That's
afterwards.
a long. I feel like you feel like shit for a day. It's like I've done.
But that's like a hangover.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But this
like,
they made
I
this.
Could drink
they made
juice,
this seem
bitch.
like it was pretty painful 3 days afterwards.
Yeah, that's like. Yeah, that's like heroin level.
Yeah.
Withdrawal.
Yeah,
like,
it's like pretty brutal withdrawal.
You could like rail one fucking little fucking teener of heroin, like survive, and then like feel like you're dying for 3 days. So I mean, I don't know. Like, I know what the drug does. I that's what you said.
You know what it does, and you know that the withdrawal is going to be Wolf Town.
It would be a very soft no. Like, I would say no, but I could probably be convinced.
I would say I'm probably in the same bucket as you. I'd say Blood Pact if we did it together, or if we planned something like, okay, we're gonna take this and then like nuke a project or a script, or
sure.
If we had like a full blown like, okay, we're gonna take this and this is our 12-hour plan.
Sure.
When we're on this and we get it all done, and then by the way, we have 3 days where we've just jacked our place up with like Gatorades and comfort food, and it's just like
we're
gonna be in pain. Like we tell the significant others, like, yeah, we're gonna be out for like 72 hours after this. You could stop by and say hi, but
it's 3 days. How do the fuck? So like,
well, I'm just basing it off of like how rough the people looked when they were coming down on this.
If you take it and then go to bed, and then when you wake up, you take another one, you're fine.
Well, yeah, that's the definition of a drug addict right there.
Sure. But like, say you're like hurling. If you take it, are you just good? Oh yeah.
Well, in the show, in the show,
work.
you take it and they're like, okay, you're back to normal again. So it's like, yeah, that's
just like,
that's being an addict.
E equals MC squared.
You know.
It's like,
yeah.
It's a fucking dude. I'm telling you, dude. It's a fucking stupid concept. It's like a drug. It makes you smart. Like it's like, come on, man. Like, what the fuck we doing, dude? Like, it's a cool concept, but once you fucking like dig into it hard enough, like the movie was a fun movie, but like if they were like talking about a second one, it's like, dude, you were done. Like you did it. Like that's fucking stupid.
What else is there?
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, like when I did see the promos originally for that TV show, I was kind of like, who's this for? You know what I mean? I didn't know it was like a detective thing. I was like, why do people want more of this? But I mean, I do say that a lot about like sequels and spin-offs and shit. I'll be like, who the fuck wants this? But I will say I went into it just thinking that I wouldn't like it. I tried to, not like prejudge it too hard, but I will say I didn't think that I would like it. And shocker, I ended up not liking it. So, do with that what you will.
Yeah.
But like the idea that like you could just take a drug and just be fucking smart. They did kind of add some boundaries to it in the show. Like you could be smart, but for 12 hours, and then you'll hate yourself for 72. Like, well,
they did it in the show. They were like, it amplifies the person that you already are, right? So like the criminals that take it, they just become super criminals. And then like,
but he didn't become a super musician.
No, he just solved crimes.
Show didn't know what it wanted to do. I will say there's I think in the first episode.
There's that scene where he's playing and
there's a fucking guy, because it's in New York, I think. There's a guy like busking and he's like with a guitar. He's like, "Do you mind if I do?" And he's like, "Sure," which one would never fucking happen. It's like you're not taking my guitar, dog. But like, yeah, he starts wailing like, and a crowd forms around him and they all applaud. And it's like, that doesn't happen either. Like people fucking wail on like I've walked in the subway and just seen some dope ass musicians and people are like just avoiding eye contact, right? Like,
well, there's that one dude. It was a few years ago. He was in, I want to say, New York City.
Uh-huh.
He was playing he's like
violin.
he was like a
Yeah, I heard
professional
about that.
violinist.
He was playing like this beautiful piece.
This beautiful piece.
Like impossible to play type shit.
On I think the price of the violin too was like astronomically high.
Right.
It was like like hundreds of thousands of dollars. It was like this violin. And people were just like, he made like standing at that area. It was just like he stood there for the whole day, played. Like 4 people stopped to listen. He made like $9.
Yeah.
Whereas like in the symphony orchestra that he tours around the world with, it's like thousands of dollars a ticket.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's like like Banksy like set up a booth, I think in Central Park, like somewhere in New York, and he was selling like original Banksies for like $40. Like, and I want to say he had like 10 or 20, like he had a limited amount, and he like didn't sell them all. Like, someone
it just
did.
goes to show you like a drug that actually makes you like more observant of your surroundings and stuff. I mean, because this is what it kind of does. You're like, I mean, on top of like the memory access and everything.
Sure.
But like this whole drug just makes you like very cognizant of like what's going on.
Sure.
As opposed to just, like now you get on public transportation, every single person has earbuds in.
Yeah.
Like nobody, it's dead silent.
Yeah.
You go on a train, it can be the most packed train and not a single person is saying something to one another. Everybody's just quiet, and just trying to move about their day.
Yeah. And that's the world we live in.
That's sad.
So I think, way to just bring it down so we can fade out. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think the show, good effort, but I'm going to have to pass.
Yeah, I'm going to have to pass too.
So, if you know a canceled show that you would like us to watch and talk about, definitely leave it in the comments. Every season we do a new topic or something. If you have an idea for a topic for a season, definitely leave that in the comments as well. Make sure you like, subscribe, do all the shit.
Hit that subscribe button for us. Let's get some followies.
Yeah, let's get some follows. You know what I mean? Because we're just like chilling.
Yeah.
We're just doing our thing. And stay tuned for more shit from us. I think that's just pretty good. We'll just like fade out at some point, right?
We can.
Yeah. Are we faded out yet, you think?
I think we're faded out.
Yeah, it's just like black.
Bye, everybody.
Peace.